Hello everyone, Agion here with another great Goo Replay. Spawn on the bottom side as the human player, we have Parture. Spawn on the north side as the other human player, we have Silence! If I would like to quote Ahmed from Jeff Dunham's Ventriloquist. The way we do looks like we got two extractor opener, nothing too fancy. Dual extractor opener, nothing too fancy. I'm just going to go fast forward about a minute because watching two extractors build is not exactly the greatest. So we got a third extractor here. We do got a trident coming in for a full scout in now. Got a third extractor just now being built. He's set it up, he's going to place it down right there. So fourth extractor, more eco from both sides. Going to fast forward another minute or so. And here we go. Now we start to see some factories start being built. We do got a tank attachment, two factories. Over here we got a lot more factories. Tank, and artillery attachments. So you will have one factory available for lancers or for howitzers. All the rest can make lattice and apparently revolvers because he's building a lot of revolvers at the moment. We got a tank and artillery attachment here, so more production by Parture, less production by Silence. Parture, of course, does play this game probably the most of any member in the game. You got a large factory now being set up and a teleporter, so we may see a lancer drop or just using it for quick flank or reinforcements. We got a large factory over here. Probably going to see tank, artillery, and stealth. We do got a wave of revolvers. He's probably going to be a bit more aggressive. I was thinking about fast forwarding for a bit. Looks like these two revolvers are perhaps on a patrol move on a very, very tight spot because they're currently sort of freaking out. We got no tech upgrades just yet. We do have the Lancer Infinite Production coming through, and currently both economies are quite low. Are they both building an extractor at the moment? Doesn't appear to be. Oh, actually, the extractor is coming down here. I believe the teleporter does consume quite a bit of resources per second. That's probably why. So do lancers. Actually, his economy is now getting the plus 25 after some of the stuff started completed. With this huge amount of revolvers, he has to be very careful not to be overrushed. Parcher doesn't realize it, but he can send out attack right now and do quite a bit of damage. Silence does have a monitor for a quick flyby. We've got a tank and artillery and another large factory. So his production is starting to get back up there, but Parcher's production is still much higher. Actually, he canceled that one factory, so after that large factory gets completed, the production will be about even. We've got some Valence coming out now. Let's get a high ground advantage. I'm so surprised I actually saw this one. This one, I believe, is in the bush since it's a blue color. These ones are out of the bush. We got a couple anti-air signals, so he's expecting some sort of harassment with aircraft, or just at least a couple monitors. Bit of a weird spread out. I would probably move this anti-air to right around here, because he knows his opponent's down south, so he knows this back one won't really give any good AA coverage. He could always come around back, but most likely he'll come around front. And even if he comes around back, they're going to fly out front, so you will hit them anyways. We will clean up this extractor, which denies that a bit of economy. You have a small revolver force here, and once again doing that weird spazzing out motion. Must be some sort of patrol move. And they're not an attack move, they're actually on a move order, which causes them to get cleaned up without even doing much damage at all. In fact, they did very minor amount of damage. We got the monitor, does fly by, sees that small army here. This teleporter is filled with a bunch of lancers, so we will see drop soon. We do have the railgun system coming out, but that's a bit too far from being completed. And Lancers without the railgun don't do very well versus infantry, versus units. I just want to say infantry, but it's technically not. Oh, do got the Lancer drop. Parture's core will get destroyed. We got a bunch of howitzers are actually out to defend. He needs to focus on their base refineries. Those extractors won't do much. He can always replace those. We will destroy one of their refineries. So, but 6 Lancers is quite expensive, in fact. He will start rebelling. He will greatly slow down his opponent, which probably will buy him time. He's going to gear up for Lancer plus Gladys assault next. Parture is going to be forced to be back in his base, or he can go straight for the offensive because the teleporter does have the cooldown. But if he loses his army, then he will probably lose the game due to a decisive counterattack. He's probably going to wait for the next teleport. If he can smite the next teleport down incredibly quickly, which he does have a very good army to do that with, then he will be in much good footing. Then he can be much more safe to go on the offensive and then try to take out that teleporter. For now, he needs to wait. We've got another large factory coming out with another tank, air, and actually air attachment, not artillery. We got a bunch of air pads coming out. So could be for scythes, could be for what was it, scimitars? If I remember to pronounce that name correctly. Sometimes I just look at a name briefly and like, oh, it must be this. Funny story. Back when I was deployed in Kuwait, there was water trucks going around. Since it's a desert, they have trucks filled with water. And we do got an assault come here. Overall, very nice position here, but the howitzers will do a significant amount of splash damage. And with a nice push advantage there, he's not pushing forward, he's just starting losing units, but carelessly. Those howitzers actually, they're right here. They're just looks like a move forward. He loses that entire army a bit foolishly. I was saying before, I said these water trucks, they had the word potable on the side. To me, I just took a quick look and said, oh, it must be portable water. Nope, it was potable. For 2 months I thought it was portable water. I kept on making a joke, if it's portable water, what's not portable water? I needed to take a closer look and actually make it see, and then I realized it was potable water. And then we got another Saldo here, a bit of a concave, and plus the Valance soaking up all the damage. But the Valance are, well, they can just draw the damage away from the other units. Valance are probably the best versus artillery, since it prevents all that splash damage. And once again, we do got not going to the bush. It does get a couple units into the bush now. It does get a decisive barrage, and it does clear that up. Oh, we got the teleport coming in. He's going in with the railgun upgrade. He's going to go straight for splash damage on the refineries. He does have a couple classes here to respawn. I'm not exactly sure. Railgun upgrade does make it much worse versus buildings. But he might be able to get it. These units do have 6 armor, so Gladys will take a significant amount of time. We do got another teleport. Or not. I saw some sort of teleport here. I was a bit confused. We got a teleport now. Ooh, does get a nice barrage, killing off those 3 refineries. That's huge, and also denying power to the other. So he's lost a significant amount of refineries. We do got some scythes coming up. Scythes do have AoE. They're more the bomber unit. Well, I think they're classified as the fighter unit. And the other unit is the bomber unit, but it doesn't have any AoE. We've got some more air bats coming up. And with this significant amount of economy down, Parchers will be hard pressed to really get back in the game. He does cancel all the other production except for this tank attachment and detector. Detector? That's been interesting. He sees the enemy air unit, so he may want to get a couple anti-air sentinels up. But just get a couple refineries. Oh, those refineries built quite quickly. Maybe just move them from somewhere. Yeah, he had a couple a refinery up here, so he must have had some up here I wasn't paying attention to. But he actually did have quite a bit of a backup economy. While his opponent hasn't really. He has expanded a couple more times, but not as much as Parture. So Parture can recover after losing all that economy. And we do got a lot more air pads. We need to see the longbow air to ground and some anti-air sentinels. We got another teleport coming in, and that teleport cooldown's much less than I thought. I thought it was 3 minutes, but 3 minutes is much shorter if you start watching. Unless there's 2 teleporters. I don't think you can get 2 teleporters. But he only got so far condo wire. He's going for attachment. These are small gains, largely not worth, since he doesn't really have good use for the production at the moment. Plus, a conduit wire are dirt cheap. He doesn't even get that artillery attachment. So just a couple conduit wire, boom, he's good. We've got a large force over here. Parcher's been contained to his base. He needs to go out and attack, have his reinforcements just stick around and back. We got more air pads, but not an air fleet. Oh, we do got a Alpha coming out. I always get this name confused. I always call it Alpha, Archangel, or Avatar. I just don't know what it is actually anymore. Avatar is from Command & Conquer. It's either Alpha or Archangel. I just can't remember. If you can stop this production, Parture will probably win out the game. But if this epic unit goes through, he'll probably lose the game. And we do got another airstrike coming in, doing a good amount of splash damage. We do got another drop, a teleport coming in. Does destroy some of these building production, does deny all that production. Does kill off these units. The Lancer upgrade does make the unit only does 30 damage, but it does have... Well, the rate of fire is different because it's a different type of unit type, but it does have a pretty good AoE line. Does kill only overall 1 refinery. Ultimately, he's probably spent more resource than he actually won out in the end of that. Although he did get a couple attachments from condo wire, so it probably came out actually even. Lancers are incredibly expensive, around 500 credits or like 1.5 refineries worth of economy. And got another teleport in. That teleporter is coming up very fast. Maybe I just don't know the exact teleport time or cooldown. So good as one was 3 minutes. That was definitely not 3 minutes. We got a assault coming forward, and with those very good splash damage from the sides, and plus the teleporter and doing some very good splash damage with the Lancers, mixing it up the unit composition, having Gladys and Lancers. Parture now is sending his other army back, but the population disparity is quite large, though most of that is the building unit, epic unit. Does destroy that conduit wire. Does kill off all those units quite decisively, and the conduit wire is quite cheap to replace. He just denies a bit of economy. Oh, with only 1:30 left on production, that unit will come out very shortly. At least still 4 aircraft. We do got more longbows, if I remember correctly, or there was infinite production of longbows. Will kill off the monitor. Now he knows his enemy does have AA, so he will now need to focus the longbows first. Nope, there's the aircraft. They do 17 damage, and the AA has 125. It's for them. It'll probably take 4 of them, 2 shots per at each longbow if it doesn't get any splash damage. If you have them all attacking together. So it will take a significant amount of time to deal with all the longbow. And he does not hit the AA at that moment. He's hitting the artillery, does get 2 howitzers. You may need to research into repair pads. This unit is 30 seconds away. He will not be in time to deny that. It will take more than 30 seconds of move time to get up here. When this army attacks, you probably will teleport in a squad, doing some good amount of harassment damage. Parture does spot this army. He's going to go around in the back. He's probably going to send an airstrike. He needs to hit those longbows. Nope, the longbows are up front, so he's hitting the back of the army, doing a significant amount of splash damage. Does not get the lancers, but oh, these guys are actually 1 ammo. Did not retreat back. Doesn't lose them. He needs to get the air pad repair upgrade. He does spot the army here. This army needs to reposition itself to get back over here. Regroup, that's the term I'm looking for. You got teleport coming in. The Lancers should start to focus down perhaps on this conduit wire. Yes, he does kill off a conduit wire, denies the production. Now if he hits this conduit wire, he will deny more and more production. This force will get cleaned up. He's been sending units, these small forces, which keeping Parture back in his base. Now we do got the Alpha out, and the Alpha will rip apart this army in pretty much 1 shot, if not, probably additional shots just to clean up the rest. With 170 damage, only the Lancers will survive in 1 hit. All the other units will disintegrate away. Looks like one of the aircraft did go down. With this big unit now out, I would say this is the end for Parture. I always forget, you can always add a bookmark for these replays. That's something I need to remember. If I see something weird, I need to hit the bookmark. It will of course allow me to go back and review it a bit more easier trying to find it. We got a over here. The Alpha has not been spotted just yet. I'm curious, what is the human doing? Like, he's just waving his arms back and forth and moving. Is that a human anyways, or is that a robot? Oh, looks like this is the end of the replay. And it looks, yeah, it's human. Now if I remember from the campaign, it was a human. And Parture threw in the tower immediately after seeing the Alpha. This is Agion saying thank you for watching and signing off. Note I also was adjusting some of my sound recording. So if anything's too loud, please let me know. And thank you for watching.